been excited about this?
I have been because we are tied at 2 apiece. The Grizzlies have gutted out 2 gut-wrenching wins in the grindhouse, which clearly that's their mantra. It's like the Patriots in football. Maybe they're not winning titles, but if you go to the grindhouse, you're in for a battle.
I have a buddy I used to work with who used to call it county ball. That's what the Grizzlies play. They play county ball with Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol.
And we'll get to that part in a moment. But the first 2 games of the series were dominated by the Spurs. The Spurs won 111-82 in Game 1. Just completely outmatched them. The big 3 for the Spurs outscored the big 3 for the Grizzlies 70-51. They shot 61% compared to 42%. That's just going to get it done in the NBA. They also did it on only 44 shots compared to the Grizzlies' 45. They out-rebounded them. They did better, et cetera, et cetera. Game 2, the Spurs won 96-82. Grizzlies fought their way back into that game, but the free throw disparity is the literal difference. 15 attempts total for the Memphis Grizzlies and 32 for the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard was 19 of 19 at the line that game. But there was a little post-game action from the Memphis Grizzlies head coach that changed the tune of this series, so to say. Take a listen.
It's unfortunate that I got a guy like Mike Conley who in his whole career has got 0 technical fouls and just cannot seem to get the proper respect from the officials that he deserves. It was a very poorly officiated basketball game. Zach Randolph, the most rugged guy in the game, had 0 free throws, but somehow Kawhi Leonard had 19 free throws. First half, we shot 19 points, 19 shots in the paint, and we had 6 free throws. They shot 11 times in the paint, and they had 23 free throws. I'm not a numbers guy, but that doesn't seem to add up. Overall, 35 times we shot the ball in the paint. We had 15 free throws for the game. They shot 18 times in the paint and had 32 free throws. Kawhi shot more free throws than our whole team. Explain it to me. We don't get the respect that these guys deserve because Mike Conley doesn't go crazy. He has class, and he just plays the game. But I'm not going to let them treat us that way. I know Pop's got pedigree, and I'm a young rookie, but they're not going to rook us. That's unacceptable. That was unprofessional. My guys dug in that game and earned the right to be in that game, and they did not even give us a chance.
All right, thank you.
Take that for data.
Coach Fizz of the Memphis Grizzlies was not thrilled with the officiating that game. Understandably so. Not thrilled that they were rooking him, as he likes to say. But clearly that has changed the momentum of the series. But before we get to that, he stated that Conley has not had a technical. And Rudy, you found that extremely hard to believe for some reason.
I did. As we were talking about that, I looked to you and I said, there's no way that's true.
Well, in 756 career seasons, or 756 career games,
he would have to be really old to play 756 seasons.
Someone would call him of legendary status.
Sure.
He would be my religion if that was the case.
Sure.
That's over 10 seasons, 24,854 minutes, no professional technicals.
That's impressive.
I'm not going to... He might have been high school or college, but I'm not going to go digging that deep to find that out.
It's impressive that Joey Crawford didn't get him at least once.
Yeah, seriously. Crawford would tee up anybody for anything.
Yeah.
That is insane. So, after that, seems like the tune has changed in the favor of the Memphis Grizzlies. They went out won Game 3. The big 3 for Zebo, Gasol, and Conley. Zebo and Gasol had 21 points apiece, and Conley had 24. And then in Game 4 was a battle with the Spurs and a 110-108 overtime win. Kawhi Leonard with a great effort of 43 points, but Conley at 35, 9, and 9. And I still think the Spurs are going to win the series, but you know what the battle is in Memphis, and they get to go to the grindhouse for one more. Rudy, do you see this going 7?
I think this could easily go 7. The Grizzlies look like they're re-energized now. Dave Fizdale got fined for that clip that we played. I wonder why. But Fizdale gets fined for that. And the Grizzlies team actually decided to end up paying that fine for him. I love that quote, "They're not going to rook us." It's one of my favorite quotes I've heard in a long time. Sitting there letting everybody know that he knows he's new to the game, but he's not going to take it. And he stood up for his players, which I think that kind of galvanizes your locker room. And that gets everybody kind of excited to go out there and play for you because you know that coach has your back now.
Yeah, they're re-inspired to play basketball. And Fizdale may be a rookie coach, but he's been in this game for a long time. I think he's part of the Heat organization. He's just been around the mill. He knows what an NBA season grind is like. He's been in the playoffs. He's been to finals, et cetera, et cetera.
And eventually something has to give for the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
It can't just keep going on forever.
Hey,
can it?
they beat them as an 8 seed one time.
Sure.
Physically dominated them.
Sure.
So it's very possible the Grizzlies could come out and steal this.